What's that? Yeah. Yeah.
Water is kind of cold too, as you can feel. It's about 50 degrees. It's pretty similar to the air, and it stays about the same temperature all year round down here. Pretty much never changes. It's actually kind of nice in the wintertime when it's a bit warmer than it's outside. And this water is naturally here, although it wouldn't naturally be this deep here. You can see they built a lip here on the front and a dam off to the right to create more of a pond for the fish. But it is still a stream. It still flows from the left off to the right and over the dam. We'll see a waterfall from it in a little bit. And the whole tour is shaped kind of like a figure 8. So first we go up and to the right, go around one loop, and then come back up from that left side. And then we're going to head off down that way a little later on. Loop that shape. So, first up this way. And here I'm going to have you guys stand to the right along this wall and then look up. Up there you can see stalactites, stalagmites, flowstone, columns, all those formations we talked about up there.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
It's a particularly cool one up there behind us. I call that the shark tooth.
Oh yeah. Little rapid decay in front.
This is also a pretty good place to talk about some of the colors that you're seeing, at least some of the natural ones. One of the most common to see is this kind of dark gray color. This is actually the natural color of the rock. The cave is made out of dolomite. But most of the cave is a sandy color, really, because it's very dirty. So if we really thoroughly wash the entire cave, it always is a dark gray color. And then in places you'll see kind of a reddish brown color, like this right here. That's just dry clay stuck to the walls, left over from when water flowed through. And then in places you'll see a bright white color on that wall back there. That's a mineral called calcite, or calcium carbonate. Also very common in the dolomite the cave is made out of. You see it a lot throughout the cave. And all the green up there, like I said, is just moss. And bend down this way when you're ready. And that up to the right is water. A little seepage pool. The water drips down and collects over time. Looks kind of deep, but it is very shallow. Only about an inch deep at most. Really not much water at all. And like I mentioned, it is really humid down here, nearly 100% humidity. So the water that does drip in there can't really evaporate. So it just sits there for many, many years. That water is easily decades. It's just been sitting there. And off to the left, of course, you can hear the water. That's that waterfall I was talking about.
How they did the lighting, it really showcases.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
You can go ahead and look around if you want. No, they couldn't find any evidence that anybody was in the cave, of course. Yeah, well, there was a cave, maybe only a couple hundred yards away from this one, back in the woods, but they actually found a bunch of civil war artifacts in it. It's kind of cool. Not really any cool fossils here either. There were really only shells and things, because this would have been an ocean around any time there was anything interesting to make fossils. And like I said, you can look around if you want.
It's probably pretty good. That's a good point, actually. Let me see. I don't really know how to really adjust much on it. I don't think I can. So, wow. See, I love things on camera. It's so good. How does your camera look like it right here?
Hmm?
Look right here. How does it look? Oh my.
Ooh, it's a good picture spot though.
And the ceiling up there looks a bit different than the rest. That's because that was a favorite spot for bats down here. They would hang onto the rock and wear it down over time, give it that texture. They don't really like that spot much anymore though, because they're not overly fond of people or noises or lights. So now they tend to stay in the half the cave that we don't go through. Yeah, we only go through about half the cave. The other half you can get to, but you have to crawl on your stomach in very cold, wet mud. Most people don't really do that sort of thing. So that's the part of the cave the bats tend to stay in today. You're not missing a whole lot though, because it is very narrow passages back there. You have to crawl through. There are a few rooms, but nowhere near as large as this part of the cave. What?
I have to do this one more time.
So that's just a little wooden shed, basically. They keep ladders and spare light bulbs and things. Yep, not terribly exciting. There is actually a bit more cave off that way though. That it eventually goes up to another entrance to the cave. And that's actually why the bats like this area so much, is they could get out at night and hunt. Because it's really nothing to eat down here. It's really just those crickets, and nothing really eats those. So they have to go out and hunt. Also, there are a lot of lights in here. It means a lot of shadows. And people have seen a lot of things in those shadows over the years. Starting over there to the left, that looks a lot like a rubber ducky. There's the beacon head, there's the tail. Then just to the right of that is a turtle. There's the head, there's the shell. Then a bit farther to the right above that, looks a lot like a T-Rex head facing down. There's the eye right there. There's the teeth. And it's looking at this chicken wing, maybe some pizza. But of course the best one is in the yellow right there, maybe a duck. And this kind of looks like melted chocolate, and it does have a little bit of a story attached to it. Call it Good Luck Rock, and when the cave was first, it may look like stalagmite. As you know, stalagmites might reach the ceiling, they grow upwards. But this is actually a stalactite that came from the ceiling of another part of the cave. It didn't come from anywhere near here. It was actually dragged here. And it's upside down from how it grew, so you can imagine it flipped and attached to a ceiling. And when it fell and hit the ground, the tip broke off. That's why it's flat there at the top. And it had already broken off long before the cave was found. Dr. Amos thought it would look cool in the lobby, so he wanted to bring it up to the surface. That didn't quite work out though, because it weighs about half a ton, so trying to throw the mud on the floor by hand was pretty hard. Eventually they just gave up and decided this was a good place to put it. And you notice at the top here, it's very shiny. That's actually from lots of people touching it. That's what the oils in it is going to do, these formations. Basically it just wears it down over time, makes it very shiny like that. And lower down it's a bit rougher, or how these naturally are, just because people don't touch down there quite as often. And I will show you where it broke off. It's just up ahead around the corner. Make sure to look up here. Pretty high ceiling.